Town Dalton, I'm back. Something ain't right. Just a minute. My screen's not set right. I got now this. It just slipped a little bit. OBS wasn't set on the screen right. Alright, this is Town Dalton. I'm here and you can't really tell what I am in, but look at can you, You might know, but you don't can't look and tell, but look at here. Window's not active. I'll get right in a minute. Got a little barn. Oh, looks like an airstrip, don't it? Well, we're in Flight Simulator tonight, multiplayer, and I've got a little Cessna sitting here in this barn, and we're gonna crank it up and fuel it up and take a little flight. Now, what I've got planned tonight is I'm in a little city called Nucla. It's in Colorado. The airport's called Hopkins. It's CV6. It's got two runways, two slabs, one asphalt and one grass. Got 523 and the grass is 1129. Grass is 4,000 feet. The asphalt is 5,000. Well, we're going to take off here after we fuel up. We got to fuel up. If we get to fuel up, we'll run out of fuel when we get there. We ain't got no fuel to complain. About 15%. It's a fuel station right outside the building there. We're going to top it off. We're not going to worry about the. And we are at high altitude. Right now, we're at 5,000 some feet. We're going to be, most of it be landing at 9,000 and above. And we're going to land twice. Three stations, two landings. We're going to be going from here to a little VOR called Cones. It's a Tellride, and the Cones VOR is 11020. We're going from there. We're going to pick up the ILS to Tellride, and once we pick up that ILS Tellride, we're going to be going to Tellride. We're going to land on runway 9. It's 6,058 feet, and the ILS is 10930. It's localizer DME only, no ILS, no glide slope, and I'll have to manually bring it down. It's going to be daylight, and we leave it about dawn here, just after dawn. And when we leave Telluride, we're going to fly back to a VOR. Let's see, trying to figure out all that, scratching so bad. Telluride, we're going from Telluride to Montrose. This is just a VOR. We'll pick up the VOR at Montrose 10820. When we get to it, we'll leave it. Somewhere around it, we'll pick up the ILS to Telluride. Telluride ILS is 10890. And that ain't something ain't right. Runway's wrong. Because I know I just landed on a few minutes ago. No, that's the other one. I'm 124 down. Telluride, the runway is 090, what it is. And it is 9,078 feet in the air above sea level. And we're going to leave there, go to Montrose, out of Montrose to a place in mind. It's a fictitious airport. It's called Cosieo Resort. And it's got a VOR, Pendleton Resort, and it's 10820, and the ILS is 10890, and it is a full ILS, and the runway is 145. The altitude of it is 9,000. The altitude of Telluride is 9,087 in here. Now, Telluride in this one is not like Telluride the other. Big difference. I just landed on it. They don't even look like the same airport. But anyway, we're free to crank this thing up and see what we get going. Now, I can't show the plane till I get out of the hangar except for the inside. So let's go inside. Here's the inside of the original. This is mine. And we need to be here for me to get this thing started. First thing we'll do is turn the power on. Push the mixture all the way rich. We're up here, we don't need it really rich. We really need cracking this a little probably. And that's ready to crank there. We'll go ahead and set some lights. We'll set the pump to crank it. That's a weird sounding pump, ain't it? Maybe we ought to repair the pump before we start. Anyway, this is supposed to be over there. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Alright, now it is running. Let's try to get this thing out of the barn. The doors won't open, just have to fly and drive right through them. Come right out of there, just emerge out of the barn. Here we go. Now what we got here is a Cecil 206, pimpy little bird. High wing 206H. We're going to go over here. Now what I'm going to also bring to your attention, the fuel gauge here, this green, big green numbers, got 13 gallons in the tank now, which is 15%. We're going to leave it as a full tank, right or wrong. At high altitude, you really wouldn't want to, you didn't have to. But it's cool this morning, we can afford a little extra. It's about just after dawn. We could turn it off. We don't need to get the lights on, so we won't have more. Anyway, we're going to stop right there just a minute. Go back inside the plane. And you see now we got 78 gallons. So now we got a full thing of fuel. Back outside the plane. Now the runway we're going to take off, we got an asphalt strip here and a grass strip. We're going to take off on the grass. So we're going to taxi down here and out to the asphalt, turn a bit, then take it to the grass. I'm going to turn these lights out. I can see better. I don't need them. I can maybe turn my beacons and stuff back on in a minute. Let's stop turn a few things on. We'll leave the taxi lights out where I can see the roadway better. Inside the plane. We're gonna put these here on, these on. I'm gonna put that on after a while probably, because I'm gonna turn this off. It's running. We don't need the pump once it cranks. Now that's everywhere we're going on. Now we're back there. Got them little beacons going. My nav lights are slightly flashing. Like I said, we're gonna leave here. It's slightly north, southeast, I think. We'll pick up at BOR. That's not prevalent on my book here. I've got to leave it here on southeast to that BOR, so not exactly that's close enough for you. We'll set up out here on the edge of the runway before we leave for the first two legs, first two BORs, then we'll switch later. In the air, on the airport, we set other two up on the airport. I Tellride, if you think of it, don't want to sit on there. Well, what we got to do here is we got to climb it. We're at 5,000. Tellride's at 9,080, but I don't pass that grass strip. I don't. I'm too far out here. It's not real easy to see. It looks like a dirt strip right here. Back here behind me. I didn't take off this, but I did drive out here and look at it before I started to get this flight ready. Let's see the on here. It's just slightly to the side of it where it came in at. I should have saw it. It's not real. Looks like a dirt road, boy. If you go on out there, look at it, you can see it's got the little marks in it. Sit right down there, a little dirt road, right there, what it looks like. Actually, it goes even across this runway, don't it? Going back out, which I don't know. Trying to figure out where it goes both ways, don't it? Looks like either way's long enough, even though we are at a high altitude. I'm gonna go out here a little way to turn around. We can just cross this runway and take it off. I'm not worried about what direction I take off. I just worry about what direction I fly. I need to put up my purples. I'm gonna put them on a different screen today. Where is the runway? What did I say runway? I'm gonna move all my purples over another screen. I've got pop-ups that I can use outside the plane to fly. I always use them. Here we go. Yeah, let's turn this thing around right here. I don't think we have to come all the way down here, really. This is where they spawned me in right here, really. On the same direction and everything. But I was going to take off from the middle this way. I thought the middle was the end of it. Now, lock the park brake for a minute. Hey, how you lock it in here? That's how you lock it in here. Let me get this thing back up this way a little bit. Now let me get a little purple inside the plane, and I'm gonna bring up this and move it on the screen. It's going in front of OBS, but I don't need to see OBS at this point. Not really. Make it just a little bit bigger also while I'm at it. Now let me get the other one. Let me get a DME. Should have did all this before I started. I generally just leave it on the screen where everybody can see it. Actually, I thought today I'd try to move it around a bit. I'm not trying to show that I'm not using it. I am using it for show. I got one more I want right there. I may want GPS later. Come on, give me a. If I unlock it, I can put it on the screen. Alright. I'll get the GPS too. Well, maybe. Well, I don't need GPS, or maybe not. If I get lost, I'll use the GPS to try to pick out what I'm looking for. Anyway. We didn't bring up the autopilot. The radio stack. Don't need to be much bigger, but unlock and put on the other screen. Now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna be leaving here, like I said, northeast, headed to a VOR 110 right here. Right there. It may come on. I don't. It did. It come on. So we don't have to worry about having trouble finding it. It's not very far from here. I didn't know if it'd come on or not, but it did come on. We'll fly straight to it and move from there into the ILS. And the ILS at Tellride is 109.30. Might well set it up right now so we won't be fighting in the air. And this is, I have to land this. I can use the localizer to fly it in, but I got to bring it down manually. I'll use the autopilot to walk it down, but until I get within about 300 feet, then I'll just start resetting it down. 30 right there. Now, those two's ready to put up and get ready. And I don't have an autopilot here for y'all to see. So I'm gonna bring this back over and I'm gonna set this right here on 090, which is the runway heading. And this is 130. I'm gonna leave it there for speed. My plane does have a speed throttle. This right here, I'll work it with buttons. I might leave it where y'all can see it for now. Anyway, I'll work all of my buttons there. I won't climb to about 14,000 because what it takes is 15,000 to get over the mountains going into Tellride. That's 17 city. I said about 15. I want to go about 15. Look good. I come down to about 14 something. Oh, 15.5. Make sure we get away from mountains. We'll have to do a circle to climb over. All right, now I'm gonna have to move it out of my way. It's a little bit in my way, but I'll bring it back so you need to see it. Uh, Now, let's see if we can get this thing there. Get outside the plane about a minute. I like a few flaps myself on takeoff at any altitude. I'm not gonna go full on count of altitude. But ordinarily I take off short field full. Anyway, here we go. Inside, let's set this here a little bit. That looks almost too bad there. Get up there and look over that nose just a little more. This is a little bit cramped with the overhead wing and all this. It cramped my style just a little bit. Here we go now. Here we go. Full throttle, hold the brake. Bind her tight. Now what I'm going to also do, I'm going to open up the mixer just a little, kind of. I'm going out across the field, ain't I looked down, lost the runway. Or maybe we'll have enough speed to get off the ground. We got off the ground already. Now I looked down, lost the runway. That's the reason I got grass. It don't matter what I'm on the runway or not, does it? Lost the grass and packed good. Now I'm on. Brake flaps up one notch. Trim a little higher. Flaps up all the way up. Trim a little higher. Keep it a slightly climbing to anything. Might be a little too much climb, really. Now I'm gonna bring this back over here. I said it was, can't get over to it. There we go. Ain't nothing wrong with that right. I could bring it all back over here since where it's at. That wing up first covered everything anyway. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and set the altitude and airspeed. And I'm gonna manually set the heading in the direction we're going now. That's the direction we are now. Then we're gonna bring it around, I said southeast. That's gonna be a 190. But anyway, we've already got the localizer and everything. Let's go to the other cockpit. Now we got more reasonable. The green needle on the right hand side right there is telling me where I want to go. Now I'm gonna try to climb as fast as this thing will let me. Don't want this here. As long as it's running over 100, we got it made. This thing got a little more power than average, I think, if I remember right. I did have a bigger airspeed indicator read, but it looked a little out of place. So I've changed it back. I had one out of a Concorde in here. It's on what I had to go high enough to do you good. Anyway, now we're going to fly straight to this green arrow on the left, on the right. I'll make sure I got it where I want it. Radio stack. That says that's right. We're going to go straight to that VOR. Well, I think I carried that around too far, but I'm using the buttons to turn it on my keyboard. Somewhere along there. And we're 20 miles from the VOR. We can spot check the ILS, see if it's out there. The green needle. This park ILS is not on. I'm below the mountain, maybe the reason. And again, it may be I am a little too far. That's a fact. They ain't supposed to be on yet. Too far out. We're climbing out. That green needle to the top. And we could lose that signal due to the VOR closer, but about 14 miles closer from VOR to the airport. Where we're headed is about 14 miles the other side. runway heading I said was, I put that on 190. That's supposed to be 90, not 190. I said 090 east is what it is. I knew that wasn't going to work where I had it set because behind me that wasn't going to work. There we go, right there. Now we line that up, we'll get on it, lock onto it. But it will not bring us back down. We'll have to bring ourselves down. Then we got to be down at the right altitude at the right time. I'm gonna move that back out of the way. Bring it back if needed. Really, we got everything we need right in front of us except the autopilot. I could have it if I wanted to, like place on the dash right forward. I could put breeze in there, but it ain't quite enough room. It's almost. Dirty spot on my monitor there. Little speck on it. Come off. Part of it did. Alright. We up and flying. Let's get outside the plane a few minutes. Look around this ground. And we still got to climb a considerable amount yet. I think. Let's see where we at for this climb. We are passing, I guess we're passing 11,000, we're doing alright. Going to about 16, give or take a little. I got it set on 15.6 actually. If I need more, I'll get it. I'm gonna put 15.5, what I wanted on. Climbing at 1,000, that's pretty fast. For this little bird, she's doing it. She ain't complaining. Yeah, I'm gonna set her down Tellride, pick up a couple of guys that wants to go, or a man, a woman, or whatever. 2 people that wants to go down to Cosieo and spend a day or 2. Take them there and drop them off. This casino is a fictitious airport that somebody built. It's in the bed, it's into a mountain on top of a dam, 10,000 feet above sea level. Let's see, we're still out of range of that ILS, but we ain't about 20-something miles now. But let's see what we got on that ILS. Yep, we got the ILS now. We'll wait a few more minutes before we get over on it. There's a yellow bar right there. The yellow bar, I have to go to the south. Oh, say 150. I'm gonna start headed over that way right now. About 150, or not hard as much, 140. Right along. Come on, that button's going the wrong way. Right along there where I want it. That's 140 right there. Now, I'm also going to switch this right here, right now, over to ILS. That way, I'm working on what I want, not what I... The other was just to get me into position. And if it wasn't on, I could fly all the way to it if I had to. But I don't have to now. I'm still 8 miles off of that first marker. Now I'm flying around it, not to it. We are still climbing with 14,000. The mountain's starting to get tall in front of us. What I like to do, checking the altitude. Across that plane. Oh, I thought we're pretty well getting above it, actually. Even though I don't look at it here, it says we're pretty well getting above it. I'm gonna leave this thing throttled up. I guess flight goes pretty good. I'll slow it down to look at it when to get on the ILS. Like I said, it's no glide slope, so I had to manually lower this thing down. I'll do it in stages. I'll do it pretty fast each time. Alright, we're going to set the, not the approach, but the localizer is coming down. Turn the localizer on, let it fly the plane. It's close up already, lock's going to turn it on. That way we're going straight to the runway. Runway's slightly offset, but not much. A little bit of an angle on the ILS, but not much. I flew this part of the flight. I didn't fly the rest of it. I didn't fly to that even the airport I came from. It was at high altitude. This one here was lower altitude. That was at 9,000 something, 9.5. I took off mid and climbed out without any problem. We have a level of, I'm gonna climb another 500 right now, and then come back down later. I'd rather be a little safe than sorry in these mountains. Looks like we're pretty good shape though. Outside the 20 localizer. Well, I don't need nothing else for you to take off again. Got a land where we're about taking off. The flight could end right there. I'm up here high enough. Need that mixture back a little bit. That probably won't hurt right there. Well, nearly I'd bring it back to that died and push it forward and I could run. That'd be it. That'd be a little lean, really, it'd be hot. But I could live with it. Should be enough fuel to fly this flight all of it in the plane. But these are short legs, not very long. Now the Cosieo's got its own VOR. It says terminal. I think it's pretty good. I think I've used it. I know I've used it. I just don't remember how it worked. But the one we're going to use to get over to the Cosieo is high altitude. It is northeast of, I think northeast of Tellride. We gotta get the intel out of it to get over to the other one. Figure out where we're going. And then now we go straight up the valley. Above it, but up it. I'm not gonna land at the other airport. Just this is the Coseo. What you could do is bring it around, even though it ain't doing anything. If you had to have it quick, it'd be preset. Something happened, you need a directional flight without, you lost the signal. You could use it. I could have done this in 2020, but the airport wouldn't have been in it. Casino's not in yet. I need to get somebody to see if they can add it. You can't add it to them on things anymore. You can't add save radio. Don't think. We're online where we are. Need to know where we at distance wise. I hadn't even been paying attention. They give me 8 miles out. We need to get in position. In fact, we're really too close. Let's slow this thing down a little bit. I don't talk and wasn't paying attention. Down to about 80. 5. Put a little flaps down. Bring this thing down to about, we're close enough, we'll get all the way down to 9.3. And we'll bring it right on down now. Just here a little lower. Get this down a little bit. Bring it on down. We bring it down in a hurry. We ain't gotta be slow. Just so we can, that's it with her throttle. We gotta land. I'm going the wrong way to that. About 80, 85, 80 probably be a place. I think I used 85 while it's out, you know, a little faster. Alright, get inside the plane. That's it right there we're looking at. We're coming down to 9.3. Or we take over and land, if that's what it takes. At this speed, she should come right on down there. As long as she's not gaining speed here. If she is, so she's put a little more drag on it. I can do that. Back to 5 or 9.3 is above the airport by 300 feet. We go 9.4. I hope it don't fly to the ground here. Look like we're going to, don't it? Oh, come on, get back up there. I want to see the airport for a minute. We're not hurting. We're not hurting at all there. Let's just shut everything off. Set our own little glide slope here. As long as we're doing above 80, we're alright. They get low enough to level off a little too. I'll raise the flap so before I'm done. All red. Let's put that thing down. Down Tellride. Keeps people up, gets this thing back there. All day man, the bow-legged one, but we have a pretty good play for here, man. Pocket full of gold. We're gonna waste it. I ain't gonna need no more fuel, I don't think. Like I said, once we get up here, we'll set the regular stack for the next leg. We'll fly out to Monroe's. And switch back over to. It's gonna be that battery with our funnel, I'm pretty sure. But we gotta go back over to get the button wound up. Does the link go into the right? Small link over here. We're not gonna get up plenty of gas, I would think. I'll look at 80 something gallons. Half that probably flies. We'll keep the engine hot while we're waiting on it to get loaded up. We'll get in here. And now, Monroe's cones. There's cones, Tellride cones. Fuel order Monroe's is 11710. Hope I got all that right. Don't need that no more. 10. That's what I got right there. That's high altitude. Alright, and the ILS with the VOR at Cosieo is 108.20. We'll set it up right now too. There we go. Now we also have the ILS. We'll set it up as needed. They should be loaded up by now. Fuel, we got 70 something gallons. We should have plenty. We only burnt 6, 7 gallons, something like that, 8. Alright, let's put this thing back in the air. Taxiway out the end. It might be. I think it might go out that way. Yeah, it is. northeast. Probably northwest, not northeast. I said northeast. North should pick it up anyway. Pretty cool GPS I'm gonna look it out. See if I think I know what I'm looking at. I'm over short a minute. Right there. Almost dead east. We got it right there. Said oh yes. MT something. Anyway, hopefully it'll come on pretty quick. It's high. It shouldn't be a problem at all to find. Once we get there, it should be no problem to find. It's a 200-mile range. We're out 200 miles out. We're a whole lot further than I thought we were. Off by herself. Bring us back over here. Raise the altitude back up pretty high. We're already pretty high as it is. And we want to set our airspeed back up to about where we headed. 130 something, alright. And also this is the heading we're going at the moment. Now, let's see what we got here. We got a signal on there. We got a signal on here. We'll just bring these up and use these to stay in this cockpit for a while. These here are easy to read them. Now two is. Alright, that's it right there. We need to go straight to it. It's almost east of us. South of us. Don't sound right, does it? It's on. Let's go to it. It ain't. It is on, ain't it? Yeah, it's on. Go to it. No matter where it's at, go to it. We called it in. It's high altitude. That means 200-mile range. We're not out of 200 miles of it. In fact, we're 32 miles from it. Bring a green arrow to the top. And we got, I'm going to check this right here. we're not using the F1 at this point. We just got it ready. In fact, we even got it ready. That's that one. Both of them's on. Let's go to this one that you did. I need to set my runway heading so when I leave the next one, runway heading at 145. Which I knew it would be somewhere behind us. So let's get on over toward that green one. I'm going to set this one over here on Cosieo. That way if it lines, we won't need to go any further on the other one. We're 19 miles from here. Now we're 19 miles from 27, 19. Oh man, got these mixed up. That's, yeah, 117 is, that one, that's 27 miles out, and we're only 19 from Cosieo. Well, it was away from it, was moving away from it. That was intentional. We're climbing, the altitude in Cosieo is 9,000 even. I can climb to 14,000 and then use an approach from there. We should be in a, let's stay right, let's leave it right there, let's keep doing what we're doing. Just keep doing what we're doing, we're fine. Now I can cut crossways. And if we switch, I still need to use number one, the green needle. I still need to use it to keep moving away from their Cosieo. I don't want to be that close to Cosieo either at that point. 18. Need to be 20 though for the ILS. So we're not that bad. Our altitude's a little low yet. We're not above it yet. But yeah, we are too. We're just about ready to level off. There with 13.5. We'll stop right there for now. If I need more, we get it. Go. That's over 3,500 above the airport right there. So I'm gonna set up the ILS. 22 miles here, but I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing. 17 was 18 was what I thought. Let's try this right here. We got that. Alright. That's all I need to know right there. Alright. Let's turn her straight across the runway more or less. Except we can't actually pass it. We're 17 miles from the airport. ILS is just right. Couldn't ask for it to be no better. We don't really want to get much closer. Right there it is. We're not getting closer much. As long as that's in front of that wing, we are getting closer. When it gets below the wing, we're going away. And over here it said waiting to go, runway heading, and that's the ILS. We're above the glide slope a little. But no, we're gonna even come down a little closer. Between here and there, other than being real close on the edge of a mountain, nothing between here and there. I don't think we're right up on the ravine. Now, we are still, we're getting closer. Well, I don't need to be getting closer. So I'm gonna put that green arrow on or behind my wing. So that's pointing straight to the ILS. We're 16 miles off the ILS. We're about to get to a point I have to go down or lock on. We're not ready to lock on. If I get this the other side, it'll quit going down. Another 5 degrees or so. Now, that should put us on the other pattern. Now she'll start climbing. The diamond should start going back up. Until we get in front of that VOR. That green arrow's got a line with the yellow arrow. Now one's got a line with now two in order to get around in front of it. Now see the diamonds are climbing now. We don't have to climb much. We don't have to climb any, but we just don't want to lose ground. I'm gonna try to keep it just right so all them diamonds can stay on or about that center line there where it's at now. Be a good approach. I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. I gotta get her down at the casino. Ride around the airport a second. Come around a little more. Diamonds has climbed back up a little. We'll hold them right along there by keeping that green arrow on that wing. And it won't go until it locks itself on. As soon as it locks, we can switch over to the approach because that won't be active. Put the approach on now, it might bypass it and not catch it. They're not both active. The diamonds are active, but the other bar is not. It's out so far, it's locked. It's waiting on us to get it within range of it. Within the beam of it anyway. 5 more this way. I'm coming around 10. It might actually start closing to get on it. But we'll still point about not to worry about that. Let's see about our mountains. See about our mountains right there. They're going alright so far. We're above most everything. There is mountains up there taller than we are at the casino, I think. 5 more degrees around. And 5 more. We're losing ground. We don't need to lose ground. We don't have to gain, but we don't need to lose. Not really. Around 60. 060. Now we're actually going to start gaining, coming in. Oh, she just locked. She just locked. The diamonds are right. The bar is right. As it comes around, I'll turn the approach on. That one I just said got nothing to do with it whatsoever. It's just precaution. We are locked. We're locked. We're not aligned, but we're locked. We should be right up this ravine. Over to the right a little bit once it gets fully locked. About 30, 25 degrees to the right. Let's see if we can start down the glide slope. I'm too fast for the glide slope. Altitude lights out. Go to 80 and see what happens. But watch the time. We went too high because we went too fast and we caught him. Come on, I'm gonna go full flaps. Should come right on down there. Altitude lights out. Should be on our way to it. Just so fast he popped over the top of it. Oh, I should have been slower. But it should get back down here in a few minutes. I'm gonna move this out of the way. We don't need that no more. Don't really need that no more. I like to keep an eye on these two here. Mainly the diamonds. Now when you go down, you'll probably dip a little too much because if it's the highest, it's gonna be corrected. I'm not sure 85 ain't better than 80 though, this plane. This plane won't fly very slow, not really. We give it 85, they take a little more on full flaps. Got one on the panel there, but it's a little harder to see. I fly by my pop-up more I do. Alright, we're almost on the line, we're almost on glide slope. From here on, it's up to the bird. Head right in that ravine right yonder. So, almost clip that mountain on the left, but we won't touch it. We bring our deadline right here, we won't touch it. See the dam now. From that view you can see the dam. Mr. Bone guy. First of all, I see him put him in 2 windows, but he just did. Probably 3. He just went flying. He's flying 2020. I'm a little bit slow. See how low I am? I told you I'd dip a little, but I think I'm a little low. Let's add about 5 more knots to that. Take this out of the way. We don't need that. Yeah, we should be coming back in there now. I could reach this up a little bit, even though that's just out. Whoa, that's the one I wanted to reach it on. You're supposed to reach it to land, but at this altitude, I'm not really sure that's total. Reach it because you go down. I don't think we need to be full reach here. I may be wrong, but that's the way I feel about it. But I'm high enough, I need a little mixture to keep this thing breathing. See the runway, see how close it looks on that mountain. Count to see if outside. That view's much better than that. That's the best landing view though once you get there. I'm gonna take this one out of the way. Well, I've got to turn it off after a while though. Get this thing down, make a video out of this. A little skirty around here. I didn't change the name of the video being flown under different category. I didn't change it, I don't think. It's saying it driving a truck. Anybody that checks it know they ain't driving a truck. Have an update on OBS. It took up my default settings out. I had to put them back. Mainly my hotkeys wouldn't work without being whatever. Got to do it as administrator or the hotkeys won't work over the top of the games. The game won't be running and my hotkeys won't work. It's running as administrator, so I said it would always run administrator, but when the update come in, he took it off. I tried to turn it on, couldn't, I had to go back and reset it. You could turn it on, but you couldn't turn it on with the hotkeys while the game was running. So as the game stopped, they work. Anyway, we'll be let land here in a few minutes. I wonder if it will slow back down when that drift under. Take your 5 down and see what it does. A little bit don't matter, just a little. Right now it looks good. About time for the throttle pressures to regulate against the speed of the plane. Yes, it's starting to drift now. Thought it might, wasn't sure. I'm gonna go back. Nah, it ain't gonna, 10 ain't gonna hurt it. I could split the difference, but put it back on 90. 85 is where I live, wasn't it? No, 80. 85 went to 90, yeah. Anyway, we're getting ready to turn the autopilot off. I'll hotkey it off. Watch how mountain my wings drag you. It really won't. I don't think. This thing will. Yeah. Just right. Get ready to turn the autopilot off. Hotkey. Why am I doing so high? Throttle was set way up. I should have had it lower. When I touched it, it took over. Easy does it. Right there. Now we're down here on Cosieo Resort. We'll ride around the airport a bit, then I'll call it. We'll get rid of this stuff here. Well, couple on the other screen, I'll just go get rid of this too. Oh, they come back over here. I told you to close them. They did. Close the other part did. There we go. I didn't want it over there. I was trying to close them. They took the unlock off of them. Put them on the screen. Alright. Got a. Now you can take off up this way, but you got to pay attention and have a pretty good plane. You go up through the ravine and climb out. It's the ravine climbs faster than you think it does. If you ain't careful, you won't have enough room to get over it. I've been hung up for a time too. You can turn around if you pay attention. But it's just how else you got to watch that and lose too. We got a, what all the hell got here? Got a ski lift. Oh, what's it, John? Maybe part of the ski FSX fall with us at the end of 1st of October. It's said we've heard it today, 1st of October. But it's close. God, you did done a pretty good job, I think. There's your ski lift right there. It's not moving, but that's it. Well, they don't snow on the mountains, so I guess they wouldn't need it, would they? I don't go over and hike around. The hangars up here are open. They don't open close like the ones on. I've got an airport in Ripley that's where they open closes. The same guy built it to give it to me, but I don't think he built it. He got it from someone else. I think he renamed it a little bit. Anyway, there's a fuel pump. We're not gonna stop. Probably didn't fit it up. There's one of the hangers are open. Most part you can't see it in no position as long as we set you on the runway. Or on where we tell it on the runways. Box, it won't set you anywhere else. Going through it a little bit when we come back. This is static planes. They added in here. Another fuel pump. A couple of static tube jets. These planes also use there's our gliders over there. Pretty sure running rigs at the mountain it would work. There's their little planes. They're drawn in a little weird. They're a little chopped off. Oh, the moon successful. I tell you, this is snow plows. It's something they probably need. Up here. Got this rotating sign. There's the name of that BOR, or the name of it, don't know right there. That's the one with the wheat fly, I think. Wheat fly was what the name was of the group I was with at the time when this came in. I guess right, see if it don't say wheat fly on it. Cosieo Resort. Yep, that's the old. Oh, that's our old. Insignia. Wheat fly. Go there and park this thing, we call it. Taxi a little fast, probably. I'm gonna put mine in the hangar, I think. It's warm in my room again. Night falls, when night comes, and air don't want to kick back on like it should. Central valve, the central work got it turned different, set different. It don't take much good care of this room. We'll take it. What I just done. Anyway, set the park brake. Get inside the plane. Shut the fuel off. These lights off. Put this off. Power up. Power off. Now a while ago, the fuel light would go out. It won't go out now. It went to 0, didn't it? It's out. Lights, oh. I must empty my tank some way. I emptied my tank some way. Uh-oh, I just made a boo-boo. That's the end of the flight. I hit that button without that throttle, without everything set. Anyway, this is what happens when you hit the throttle at the wrong time. I'll show everybody one good time. It'll do it in FSX every time. That's what happens when you try to start that plane without being right. I wasn't really trying to start it, I just accidentally turned it more than I meant to. Anyway, that's it. This is Town Donut. We're gonna bye-bye and we'll catch y'all later, and I'll try to get this thing put back together on the ground here the next day or two. I'm gone.